It was a chilly evening in Washington, D.C. The air was crisp, the streets bustling with people preparing for the holidays. But as the city rushed past, there was one family who remained invisible to the world. A family whose lives were about to change in a way they never expected. A mother, a father, and their two young children huddled together under a worn-out blanket, seeking shelter in the cold. They had fallen on hard times, unable to find stable work, and with nowhere else to turn, they had ended up on the unforgiving streets. Their world was dark, but little did they know, that was about to change. In a quiet part of the city, far away from the glitz and glamour of Washington, there was a family whose faces were weathered by hardship. Their lives were a cycle of searching for food, trying to stay warm and hoping for a better day. The children, despite their circumstances, still had wide eyes filled with innocence, while the parents carried the weight of the world on their shoulders. As they sat on the cold concrete, the father, James, tried his best to comfort his children. "It's going to be okay," he whispered, though deep inside he was unsure. He hadn't seen a way out of their struggles for months. Little did he know, a powerful figure was about to cross his path. President Joe Biden had just finished a busy day of meetings in the heart of D.C. He was on his way back to the White House, with his mind already focused on the next day's agenda. But as his car drove through the city streets, something caught his eye. A family sitting on the corner of a busy intersection, their faces tired and weary. The sight of them stopped him in his tracks. He signaled for the car to slow down, his heart heavy with a mix of concern and curiosity. He knew what it was like to have nothing, to face struggles in life. And in that moment, he knew he had to act. Biden's car pulled up slowly. The staff in the vehicle looked at each other, unsure of what was happening. The president stepped out of the car without hesitation and approached the family. "Hello," he said, his voice calm yet filled with sincerity. "How are you doing today?" The family, shocked to see the president standing before them, didn't know how to respond. James looked up, his eyes wide with disbelief. "Are you really President Biden?" he stammered. Biden smiled warmly. "Yes, I am, and I want to help." The conversation between Biden and the family was simple but profound. Biden listened attentively to James, who spoke about the struggles of living on the streets, the pain of not being able to provide for his children, and the frustration of feeling invisible to society. "You're not invisible," Biden said, his voice firm. "You matter, and I'm going to make sure you get the help you need." For the first time in a long time, the family felt seen, heard, and valued. But Biden wasn't just offering words. He had a plan. Biden turned to his staff and gave them a signal. Within moments, a sleek black SUV pulled up beside them. The door opened, and a man stepped out, holding a large envelope. He handed it to Biden, who took it and handed it to James. "This is for you," Biden said. "It's a gift, a way to get you back on your feet." James opened the envelope, his hands trembling. Inside was a check, enough to cover the family's rent for an entire year, a few months of living expenses, and funds to help James get back to work. It was more than they could have ever imagined. The tears in James's eyes reflected a mixture of disbelief and gratitude. "I don't know what to say," he whispered, his voice cracking. "You don't need to say anything," Biden replied. "Just use it to rebuild your life. You deserve that chance." The family was taken to a nearby hotel, where they were given a clean room, food, and all the essentials they needed to start fresh. Biden made sure the necessary arrangements were in place for their long-term stability. He even personally spoke with local charities to ensure the family had everything they needed. A few weeks later, James found stable work, and the family began to rebuild their lives. Their journey from homelessness to hope was a testament to the kindness of one man and the power of empathy in a world that often forgets those in need. As the family settled into their new home, they couldn't help but think about the unexpected encounter with President Biden. What began as a cold winter evening on the streets of Washington had turned into a story of transformation, compassion, and second chances. "Thank you, Mr. President," James said, looking at his family, now with a sense of peace he hadn't felt in years. "You've changed our lives." And for Biden, it was a reminder of why he did what he did, to make the world a little brighter, one person at a time. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content. Let's spread kindness and make the world a better place together. What would you have done if you were in President Biden's shoes? Let us know in the comments.